Lewis Hamilton's love for cars isn't just about racing, it's a way of life. As one of the highest paid athletes in the world, with a net worth of $300 million, he's built a jaw-dropping collection featuring some of the fastest, rarest, and most expensive machines ever made. From record-breaking hypercars to priceless classics, his garage is a car lover's dream. And despite being a Mercedes icon, his love for Ferraris is undeniable. But which one is the most valuable? And which car has a deep connection to his F1 legacy? Stick around till the end, because his rarest ride will leave you speechless. Coming in at number 1, we have the Mercedes-AMG ONE. Now, when you're Lewis Hamilton, you don't just drive fast cars, you live fast cars. And when you've got over 39 million Instagram followers and a name that's practically synonymous with Mercedes-AMG, you don't even have to buy cars. They practically throw them at you. But this one? Oh, Lewis didn't just take it, he helped build it. Back in 2017, he introduced the world to the Mercedes-AMG ONE, a hypercar that's basically an F1 car in disguise, except you won't need a race team to start it up. This beast finally hit the streets in 2023. And guess what? Hamilton didn't just snag one, he bought two. One for himself and one for his dad, Anthony. That's a casual $5.44 million family flex. And if you think that's wild, wait till you hear the numbers. 1,063 horsepower, a 1.6-liter V6 turbo lifted straight from an F1 car, plus 4 electric motors to make sure it launches like a rocket. How fast? 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in 7 seconds, 0 to 300 kilometers per hour in 15.6 seconds, and it tops out at 352 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most supercars can even dream of. Oh, and here's the kicker, it's a hybrid. So, while Hamilton is out here breaking speed limits, on the track of course, he's still keeping it somewhat eco-friendly. Not a bad way to mix speed and sustainability, right? At number 2, we're taking a step back in time with the 1966 Shelby Cobra 427, a car that's pure, unfiltered American muscle and the oldest gem in Hamilton's collection. Now, we all know Hamilton is all about speed and cutting-edge tech, but this is a raw, V8-powered, no-nonsense American muscle car. And he absolutely loves it. Under the hood, you've got a massive V8 engine, a 4-speed manual transmission, and a top speed of 160 miles per hour. No fancy hybrid systems, no digital screens, just pure old-school power. And let's be real, this thing looks stunning. The timeless 2-door design, open-top style, and aggressive stance scream vintage muscle at its finest. This classic beauty is estimated to be worth over $5 million. But for Hamilton, it's clearly more than just a price tag. He's been spotted cruising in it multiple times, including on dates with his ex, Nicole Scherzinger. Because let's be honest, when you're pulling up in a Shelby Cobra 427, you don't need to say much. The car speaks for itself. Sliding into number 3, we've got another American legend, the 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. But this isn't just any GT500. This is Hamilton's own Eleanor, a near-identical replica of the iconic Mustang from Gone in 60 Seconds. And let's be real, if you're gonna own a Mustang, why not have the most famous one? Lewis didn't just pick this up off a random lot. Oh no, he dropped a cool 1.1 million pounds to get his hands on this beast. But even that wasn't enough. After buying it, he sent it to an American tuning and body shop for a full custom rebuild, making sure it was in absolute pristine condition. Now, with its muscular stance, roaring V8, and vintage racing stripes, this Mustang isn't just a car, it's a statement. It's old-school power meets modern perfection. And for Hamilton, it's proof that sometimes the classics are just as thrilling as the cutting edge. At number 4, we're back to Mercedes territory, and Hamilton's got more than just one gem here. He's got an entire fleet. First up, the Mercedes-AMG SLS Black, a beast powered by a 6.2-liter V8 pumping out 620 horsepower. This thing rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. Basically, blink and it's gone. But here's where it gets interesting. Hamilton also owns a Mercedes-AMG GTR, the very car that was used as Formula One's official safety car from 2018 to 2020. Out of all the wild machines in his garage, this might just be the most normal one, if you can call an F1 safety car normal. And just when you think that's enough, Hamilton also added a Mercedes-AMG G, 63 6x6 to his collection. This six-wheeled monster is an off-roading tank, and it set him back around £500,000. But hey, speed and ruggedness aside, Hamilton knows how to ride in style too. When he wants pure luxury, he's got a Mercedes-Maybach S600 with a silky smooth 6-liter V12 engine. Because sometimes, even an F1 champion just wants to cruise. And hey, if you're enjoying this look inside Hamilton's insane garage, why not stick around? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more legendary car collections and F1 stories. Cracking the top 5, we've got the McLaren P1, a hybrid hypercar that's as fast as it is stunning. And for Hamilton, this one's personal. See, before he became the face of Mercedes-AMG, McLaren was his home, so it's no surprise he picked up one of their greatest creations, a car with a top speed of over 217 miles per hour and an acceleration so brutal it hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.7 seconds. That's only about 1 second slower than his actual Mercedes F1 car on the grid. Back in 2015, when Hamilton got his hands on this beauty, it wasn't cheap. Definitely more than the £1.42 million you'd pay for a used one today. But let's be real, when you're a 7-time world champion, you're not worried about resale value. Owning the P1 is like having a piece of McLaren history. And for a guy who started his F1 career with them, this car is more than just speed. It's a throwback to where it all began. Taking the number 6 spot, we have the McLaren F1, a car so rare and legendary that it's basically the holy grail of supercars. With just over 100 ever made, owning one isn't just about having money, it's about having connections. And, well, Lewis Hamilton has both. This particular silver McLaren F1 made headlines when it went up for auction in 2017, fetching a jaw-dropping $15.6 million. That's not just expensive, that's buy a private island instead expensive. And for a while, no one knew who had actually snagged it. That is, until Hamilton was spotted behind the wheel, and the mystery was solved. But here's where it gets crazy. This isn't just any McLaren F1, this is chassis number 44. And if you know Lewis, you know he's rocked the number 44 on his F1 cars his entire career. Talk about fate, right? Now, let's talk performance. With 620 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, this thing blasts from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds and tops out at a mind-blowing 240 miles per hour. Even by today's standards, that's insanely fast. For Hamilton, this isn't just another car, but a symbol of racing history, a tribute to his own legacy. And, honestly, one of the coolest coincidences in automotive collecting. Rolling in at number 7, we have something unexpected, the Mercedes-Benz EQC. Now, when you think of Lewis Hamilton's garage, you picture multi-million-dollar hypercars, roaring V8s, and track monsters. But among all that horsepower, there's one car that's actually affordable. Well, relatively speaking. At $77,000, the EQC is the cheapest ride in Hamilton's collection. But don't get it twisted, this isn't just a budget buy, it's a statement. Hamilton has been vocal about reducing carbon emissions, and this fully electric SUV fits right into that mission. With 402 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It's no slouch either. Smooth, silent, and easy to drive. It's the kind of car he can cruise around in without drawing too much attention, which, let's be real, is a rare thing for him. And wrapping up this insane garage at number 8, we've got something that just became a lot more interesting, Lewis Hamilton's Ferraris. Now, even before dropping the biggest bombshell in F1 by announcing his move to Ferrari in 2025, Hamilton had a serious love for the prancing horse. And despite spending over a decade with Mercedes, that didn't stop him from stocking up on some of Maranello's finest machines. First up, there's the LaFerrari, Ferrari's first ever hybrid hypercar. This thing is a monster. With only 500 units ever built, it comes with a 6.3-liter V12, pushing out 949 horsepower. How fast? 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds, and a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour. That's F1 level quick. But Hamilton didn't stop there. He also got the LaFerrari Aperta, the even rarer convertible version. Only 210 of these exist, and of course, he had to have one. Then there's the Ferrari 599 SA Aperta, the drop-top version of the legendary 599 GTO, a car so exclusive that only 80 were ever made. And now, with Hamilton officially joining Ferrari's F1 team, his collection just got a whole lot more symbolic. He's already said the Ferrari F1 car feels completely different from anything he's driven before. So, after years of fighting against Ferrari on track, he's finally becoming one with the prancing horse, both on the grid and in the garage. So, do you think his collection will get even more Italian? Maybe a one-off Ferrari hypercar built just for him? Or will he stay loyal to his Mercedes beasts? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into Hamilton's insane collection, make sure to subscribe for more. There are plenty more mind-blowing garages to uncover.